Yes, alright, the lads. Welcome back to Cossyz 90 Mo. My name is Cossyz, and I'm back with a Chelsea update. Jules Koundé, past the terms are agreed, and Chelsea are very, very close to signing in another young potential centre back as per Fabrizio Romano. We're gonna dive into what this means for Chelsea in their title challenge race, and I think we will dive into what it means for different Premier League sides, especially at a time when Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, City actually are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Do smash a like on the video, do subscribe to the channel, and let's get the party started. So Fabrizio Romano has just put out a tweet, and he said Chelsea and Sevilla are discussing to reach an agreement for Jules Koundé and Katzuma swap deal. Talks progressing. Chelsea are now offering around 30 to 35 million euros plus Katzuma included in the negotiations. Personal terms are not a problem for Jules Koundé, who's waiting to join Chelsea at the moment. What an update from Chelsea! What an update for Chelsea fans, and what an update for from Fabrizio Romano. I think many Chelsea fans have been a little bit worried about their transfer business. Not a lot has been actually happening, in terms of Chelsea and bringing players. Obviously, they've been linked with Erling Haaland, and that's been the big problem. They want to bring in Erling Haaland. They want to bring in a striker, and much of their focus has been, can we get in Erling Haaland? Can we actually get in a striker? But now it makes a lot of sense. It makes more sense. Chelsea are very close to signing in Jules Koundé, one very interesting centre back. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna try to look at what Chelsea can actually, get from Jules Koundé and signing in such a centre back. One, I think, if you're a Chelsea fan, you will agree with me, or you might disagree with me, but I think you will agree with me. Chelsea needed in a player like Jules Koundé. Chelsea needed in a very strong centre back. They have they brought in Thiago Silva on a 1-year contract. They did give him another year. I think he's staying for another season, but he's never gonna be here for long. He's never gonna be here for forever. So Chelsea needed that kind of centre back, a young centre back that has a lot of talent, a young centre back that can offer a lot. Zuma, I think he's never been the quality of Chelsea. I think he's never been that standard that Chelsea have always wanted for a centre back. And I think if you bring in a player like Koundé and play him with Rudiger, that could be a perfect centre back match. That could be a perfect pairing for Chelsea, and I think they get absolutely a lot. They get a lot by signing Jules Koundé. 30 to 35 million euros for a player who's valued at around 70 million euros. That is an absolute bargain. An absolute bargain. So in my in what I think is Chelsea. This move actually makes them title contenders, because with Koundé, you could start him day in day out, or you could actually let him stay on the bench and wait for Thiago Silva, probably for issues of squad rotation and things like that. So Koundé perfectly makes Chelsea title contenders. If they can get in a striker, that is I think that's the only thing they have to do. Timo Werner cannot be trusted. Tammy Abraham cannot be trusted as well. Chelsea need to get in a wonderful striker. They're linked with Erling Haaland. They're linked with with a couple of strikers, Romelu Lukaku, Robert Lewandowski, and the likes. But I think what they need now is to get this deal done and finally get in a striker. They can win the league. If you ask yourself, why did Chelsea? Why did they fail to win the league last season? A couple of reasons probably come into play, but I think one of them was their striking line. They needed that kind of striker that could score more and more goals. I think Thiago Silva did a very great job in organizing the defense and trying to make sure that it is intact. They just needed in that extra quality up top, from a striker. And I think if they can get in a prolific striker, I don't care how much the striker is. I don't care how good. the striker is, as long as they can put that ball behind the net, Chelsea automatically become title contenders. Let me know what you think about Chelsea signing in Jules Koundé in the comments below. Deal agreed. Personal terms are agreed. Chelsea still working, progressing to make sure that they can actually get in, an agreement between them and Sevilla, and then the player will be actually a Chelsea player. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter as well as Facebook. And I'll speak to you very, very soon.